Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, no matter where in the world you are. My name is Rose Smith and I'm here, dear savvy Sagittarians, to do your June horoscope. Well, never a dull moment this month, I'll tell you. There's so much activity going on in your 8th house. It's really amazing. Sorry, we'll get there. Okay, so there is so much activity, so many planets there. The 8th house is really rocking and rolling, and that's the house of hidden things, the esoteric, other people's resources, shared resources, sex, intimacy, and taboos. So because you've got a lot happening there, wow, anything could happen. Alrighty, let's start. The 3rd sees the new moon in your 8th house. 7th house. That's next to the 8th house. 7th house. Okay, so 7th house is all about committed relationships. These are relationships that are really important to you. It's not like someone that you've just met. It's not like the 5th house, say, for example, where you have a situation of young love and pleasure and leisure and joy and all of that kind of stuff. Hello, Albert, how are you? No, these are the relationships that last a long time, and they have a very deep impact on your soul. Not only personal, intimate relationships, hi Carmel, but also sometimes business relationships can be like that, where you have a long relationship with somebody, a work colleague or a partnership perhaps in business. Sorry, my throat's going. I'm just getting over this Queensland flu. It's a shocker. But we soldier on regardless. Okay, so 3rd sees a new moon in your 7th house. New moon is all about new starts. So this could be like someone that you've met and you want to take it up to another level, that you get on so well that you want to make it more committed or more permanent. Okay, so new starts around that. A medium, yes, I am, but at the moment, yes, I'm not doing mediumship right now, Albert. Thank you. So the next thing that happens on the 5th, Mars goes into the 8th house for most of the month. So the 5th of the month and then remaining. With Mars in there, that's going to make you keenly aware of your desires, okay? Your desires in the bedroom, your desires around taboo type hidden things, your desires even around money, okay, can come into it. Mercury's already in there. Mercury likes to, be the messenger planet and send you a lot of information. Yeah, sorry, Albert. No, I'm doing Sagittarius horoscope for the month of June. I do free readings on the first Saturday of the month at 12 o'clock Sydney time. So it's this Saturday. If you're in Australia, that's 12 o'clock Sydney time. If you're in the US, that'll be Friday night sometime. Okay, so the 9th then sees Venus go into the 7th house, again, all about committed relationships. Now, Venus has that lovely free-flowing energy. It has that sort of feeling of contentment and peace and harmony, and it's kind of like the good oil that really oils any relationship, so that you can talk and you can do whatever you need to, say whatever you need to say in a relationship, so that communication is working really well. Okay, 17th sees a full moon in your 1st house of self. Okay, dear Sagittarius. The full moon brings changes. It brings things that are deep down inside you up and out to the surface. So these might have been things that have been brewing down, that you've been thinking about for a little while, and they come out and they're going out into the world. So a lot of, discussion with yourself, maybe racing thoughts, things that are, been coming up and you haven't quite maybe got them exactly how you want them. And then out it comes, and it's out in the external world. That's how it goes. Okay, so it'll have a huge impact on you personally, having the full moon in your first house, because it's a bit like a spiritual detox. All the stuff that's been down there that you've been getting ready to deal with, and then you do deal with it. The 22nd sees the sun in your 8th house and joining Mars and Mercury already there. So that gives you more awareness and more insight again, so that you become really aware of what you're doing. And people now see a new authentic version of yourself. And it's like a deepening. It's not like you're going to change your whole personality or anything like that. It's a deepening of your awareness of your own soul, what's already inside you. Okay, 27 sees Mercury go into your 9th house. Now, that's a little bit different. That's more about higher learning, sharing information, and the 9th house is wisdom, spirituality, discernment, also overseas connections. So you could have messages from afar or some sort of contact with somebody who's in a foreign land. Okay, so let's just have, so when I close my eyes around you, savvy Sagittarius, I see the colour green, which is all about opportunity and growth in June. Okay, I can see some of you taking, I see steps like a staircase, and that stands for, that's a symbol for action steps, taking action. Okay, so let's have a little look here at what we see in the cards for, oh yes, and I've got angels, and these are the small little cherubs that are kind of put a smile on your face every day because you're feeling bright and you're feeling happy, and it's like the small things in life that make you happy. All right, so let's look at the cards for Sagittarius in June 2019. All right, and we come up with the Knight of Cups. Okay, now this fits nicely, this card, with the idea of foreign connections, because the Knight of Cups is all about spreading your horizons, going out further, you know, being on a journey. But this particular journey is an emotional journey. Okay, so you mightn't do any journeys physically. I'm not saying that, but I am saying that you broaden your horizons and you become more aware of your feelings, and just again that deepening, so that you know who you are as a person, I guess, and become more aware of your soul, which is actually quite a big job, to become aware of your soul, because your soul is not just about this life, it's your spirit. Your spirit is there, and it's all of your past lives. It's everything about you. And this, in this life, we only know a fraction. We only know, it's like a big, like an iceberg. So we only know that little bit that's on top, the top of the personality. We don't, you know, often don't see deep down into people. But with this energy, it will help you broaden your horizons emotionally. So in Western countries especially, we can tend to live in our heads too much, you know, and not enough, not sufficient in our hearts, because we're always thinking about stuff we have to do. So the head just races along with thoughts, and sometimes it's hard to sleep because we're thinking so much. So what I'm suggesting here is turning the thoughts off and going more with the feelings. Okay, so that's it in a nutshell for you, dear Sagittarius, in June. I'd like to wish you a very happy month, and it will be an insightful month for you. Try and take it a little bit easy. Don't push yourself to do too much, because July is going to be a really big month. But you will have an insightful month, because it won't be dull for you in June with all of this 7th and 8th house energy of relationships and sex and hidden things coming up. Okay, thanks so much for listening. I'd appreciate if you leave a like on this video. You can ask me a comment, that's fine. I'd like to, you know, answer your comments, and please subscribe to my channel. Okay, thank you, and have a wonderful month. Bye for now.